Thank you 3 times because it's important. I very enjoy the conference here. There are nice people, yummy food, and beautiful ship yesterday, and a comfortable hug last night. And today I will talk about the youth, the young people in our country, because the unemployment rate in Taiwan is 3.9%. It's not too bad, but the young people unemployment rate is 12.12. That's a little high. So we just talk about the young workforce and their challenge. And then my partner Hazel will tell you what is our new policy to solve this problem. First, we can see where is ROC Taiwan. You can see the hub, the red hub. I often think Taiwan is small, but he is the heart of the world. Like America is the brain of the world, and China is the stomach of the world. We have many stomachs. And Taiwan is small but strong. We always move up and down. And the next page is a little introduction of Taiwan. Population and land area. I think Taiwan is bigger like Maryland in America. And the GDP is 1.58, not too bad. And the employment rate, the young people rate, and the participation rate. This is Taiwan, and this is our flag. Yeah. And you see the traditional snake in Taiwan. Oh, this is a mistake because we already has this. And if you think the Taiwanese food you had in June 18 is delicious, please give me a big hand. Thank you. Thank you. So now we talk about our young people workforce. We can see the number of our young people is down, but the population of Taiwan people is grow up, so it's not very good because we know the young people is the power or the energy of a country. So if young people, we have more young people, we have more power. And I will tell you why our young people is not because in few years Taiwan's economic is not good enough. And our question is our low salary and our house is too expensive. So our young people they don't have confidence to born a baby. So next our young people, the number of our young people down. This is a question. So we have to solve it. And the next page is the participation rate of our young people. We can see it's not very high. And we can see the America, Japan, and Singapore, their young participation rate is higher than Taiwan. That's because the young people in Taiwan, they just think study is everything. So they study. That makes they don't have much work experience. But the company, they need the employee that have many work experience. So our government now try to, new policy try to encourage our young people to work first. And the government will give them a subsidy, money. So they will go to work first, then they come back to school. So they will know what they need about in future. And you can see the yellow line. The yellow line is about 210. That is the financial crisis. You can see after this yellow line, our young people participation rate become a little high because the young people, they don't have work in this in the financial crisis. So they know the work experience is more important than the than they study. So they want to work, so their participation rate is high. And the next page is our unemployment rate of the Taiwan young people. We can see the 50 to 24 young people unemployment rate is 3 times as total. So our total unemployment is going down, but our young people still don't have work. This is a big problem, and our government try to solve it. And I see it some good outcome, but not enough. We must try hard in the future. And the next page is the youngs up to 55%, their monthly income of less than 1,000 US dollars. And in recent years, the young people's income growth is very slow. So if we can let their income more, they can have confidence to born some baby, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, then we will have more young people. Yeah. And then we will talk about some our young challenges. First, we can see in Taiwan, our real wage growth rate is 0 in 2001 to 2015, and other countries almost better than Taiwan. So this is a big problem because if Taiwan's real salary grows slow and our young people, it's not easy to get high salary. The second challenge is we have too many college and normal college and university in Taiwan. And almost 90% high school students, they go to the college and the university. I tell you a story that 5 or 3 years ago, our university test, their total grade is maybe 600 points. And some students, they only get 7 points. They can go to the college or university. That is not correct thing. And the second is our young people, most of them major in political or administration or management or sociology. But we don't have many managers and civil service in Taiwan. Our company, they need some technology employee. So they can find enough good employee in Taiwan, but the young people in Taiwan just can't find the job. This is a question. Some company, their manager tell me, in their company they have a list. And the list is all of the Taiwan college or university. Only the first 3 college or university, they will pay the high pay, the college pay. And the other university or college student, they think they are just high school students, so they pay them high school pay. So the problem is our young people spend more than 4 years in the college or university, and they spend a lot of money, but they don't have the skill they have, and they can find job. This is our problem. And the third challenge is the gap between learning and applying in use. You can see the main reason of the young people do not find job is lack of skills and cannot find the type of job he like. That is means young people have the skill, but not meet the needs of our company. So we must to solve this question. The last challenge is the percentage of article laborers increases. We know article laborers, their salaries and their benefits are usually lower than general labor. But the young people in Taiwan who engage in a typical labor percentage is high, is 25.4%. So they usually do the part-time work, so they usually can have the high pay. But don't worry about it, because our government try to find many policies to solve this problem. And we have a new policy that my partner Hazel will introduce to you. And thanks for your attention.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be here with you today to share with you the Taiwan's maker movement. Before I start, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Hazel, and I'm here on behalf of Ministry of Labor. We will share about 10 minutes of time together, and it will be less if no questions are asked. This is my report outline, which I will deliver in 4 parts, as you see here on the slide. Earlier, Patrick mentioned that Taiwan's youth unemployment rate is quite high, 30% in February 2017. Almost the same as the United States. Makers are usually students and youth in their 20s to 30s. The government believes that by promoting the maker movement, it can reduce the gap between the academic know-how and actual job skills, and thus reduce the youth unemployment. Okay, let's get started with the first part, and I will tell you how the U.S. influenced the Taiwan's maker movement. Okay. In 2002, the MIT opened a course how to make almost anything, and provide a space to promote a digital manufacturing, starting the maker chain. In 2006, TechShop was founded, and now is the biggest operation maker space in the United States with 10 locations. This maker craze also swept across the ocean to Taiwan. In Taiwan, the maker space was first set up by private individuals. The government saw the benefit of this movement and started investing in the maker movement from the educational and industrial side since 2014. And from 2015, we have 5 maker bases. The bases combines several resources in the Taiwan's maker movement. Okay. The MOL has 5 strategies to promote the maker movement. First, set up maker bases. Second, spread the word to find new makers and bring makers together. Third, hold a maker competition to really get makers involved. And fourth, create a common use platform where makers can share experience and make a multimedia. And finally, the government can develop a platform to link public and private resources together in Taiwan. The first step of the strategy is to set up 5 unique maker bases around Taiwan, which is based on the key industries and characteristics of its region. In North Taiwan, there are 2 maker bases. One is focused on the Internet of Things, and the other is on technology. In Central Taiwan, the focus is on the youth maker with technology, creativity, and new vision. Southern Taiwan is big on crop production, so there is agricultural technology in this area. In Kaohsiung, the second largest city in Taiwan, the focus is on maker education. The maker base provides common workspace where people can mingle while they work on their project. There is a range of digital equipment to develop creative ideas and let innovation translate from an idea to an actual product. The budget allocated from 2015 to 2017 is over $7.5 million US. Okay. Secondly, to help makers find us, the MOL holds many activities, including seminars to inspire innovation, workshops, get hands-on experience in how to use the technology. And basic equipment courses include 3D printers and laser cutters, field trips and DIY experience, design simple DIY courses to let people know what the makers can do, plus maker gatherings and networks. Nearly 1,600 promotional activities were held in 2016, with almost 84,000 people participating. The third strategy is to hold a maker competition. Seeing the creation of others and sharing ideas can enhance the competitiveness of makers. Last year, the first competition was held with 201 teams participated. As you see on the slide, there were several different award categories. The champion lost his lower arm and hand in an industrial accident and invented an inexpensive high-tech prosthetic. Okay, if I have time, I will show you the video. Okay. The fourth strategy is to set up a VMaker website to provide makers a platform to form a community and promote resource sharing. VMaker went online in 2016 and in 2015. And in 2016, new features such as interactive basic content and online self-learning and discussion forum were added. The VMaker website has thousands of shared ideas now. The last strategy is to expand the community. The MOL works together with the private maker spaces, colleges, and universities to hold workshops, lectures, and competitions. The goal is to link public and private resources. Now, the MOL 5 maker bases have already connected with 32 private maker communities. Let me share two success stories. Please meet Mr. Lin, a gentleman with his 30s, who used to work as a factory sales rep. His secret dream was to do cosplay. So he came to our central base maker location and tried out his ideas using the center's equipment. Now he has his own company making props and costumes from movies. He used lightweight. He used foam as a lightweight alternative for costumes that will usually be made from heavier materials like the Iron Man costume. Our second story is about Mr. Li. His major was hospitality, but it is not what he wanted to do. He wanted to do fashion. So he came to our center, our maker bases, and worked with one of our employment trainers to learn how to sew and make different designs. Soon, he got a tailor certificate. And now he has his own studio and has hired 2 employees. In closing, the MOL will link with more maker resources both internally and externally. We want to help makers establish business and create employment for others, such as the stories I just shared. Enhancing the creativity of people allows for greater self-esteem and confidence, and this is our goal. Taiwan's government wants to do more and have stronger outreach. We have launched a bid to host a February 15 in 2019. The government will give this project many resources and funding. So, thank you for listening, and I welcome any questions you may have.
This sounds like some innovative issues that our technical colleges and some of our other learning institutions would be glad to see how to make this work for us, because that's how you make entrepreneurs, is you give them the tools and you let them think out the box and do what they need to do to grow. Thank you all so much. That was great. We're gonna move on this side, and we're gonna begin with Miss Susan, and we're gonna let you come and talk to us about an awesome project.
Hi, everybody. I'm delighted to be here, and I really appreciate this opportunity, and I am really impressed that so many of you are awake after lunch at this time. It's really good. So, Rethinking Job Search is the name of our experimental program, and I want to take about 5 minutes to talk about 3 aspects. The first aspect is, what is it? The second is how it came about and was made a reality in Oregon. And the third is really, why is this innovative? And before I get into that, I just want to tell you that we did not prepare slides for this panel. However, I believe our slides are on the mobile app for the conference, and we also have the handout from this morning strategically placed around the room. We have books here to show you on the curriculum if you're interested afterwards. So having said that, I'll move forward. So what is Rethinking Job Search? Rethinking Job Search is the result of a $3 million competitive Department of Labor grant that is part of the Workforce Innovation Fund. And this funding is now completed, and WIOA is taking over. This is not a WIOA funded grant. So we received $3 million in 2014 to experiment using cognitive behavioral techniques to help job seekers who are on UI gain confidence, motivation, and accountability in order to be rapidly re-employed. So those are the things we set out to do using cognitive behavioral techniques. We had piloted this program prior to this, and that really leveraged us to be able to compete well for the $3 million grant. So we had $20,000 in seed money from Kaiser Permanente Community Fund, which we then developed the curriculum with and tested with about 38 participants. It was such an astonishing success rate in that those few cohorts that we then were able to take this and build a case for doing it across the state of Oregon, which we are currently doing. So why is this innovative? It is innovative because, to our knowledge, no other, and based on our extensive research, no other WorkSource center in the States is using cognitive behavioral techniques in their curriculum to address unemployment. It is used extensively in Australia and the UK and Denmark and Finland, but we were not able to see any evidence. There was one study that we ran across in the state of Michigan in the 80s where they used resilience training with job seekers, but that seems to have vanished into thin air, so we were not able to find out any results of that. We believe that many job seekers are not ready to begin to go out and look for work and interview when they are at perhaps the lowest point they've ever been in their lives. Some of the words that we heard from job seekers who were entering our program were they were at their lowest point ever, they felt kicked to the curb, not sure where to turn, they would bomb out at an interview, and having interviewing techniques and resume writing, although extremely important at that particular juncture in their journey, was not what they needed. So we are really attempting to use cognitive behavioral techniques, which is basically how you think is how you feel and how you will act. It's amazing to me that many participants who come into the program do not understand that they have a choice about how to think, how to feel, and how to act. And it's astonishing, but it is true, and we've seen big changes in that. So I have a question for you. How many of you know what risky thinking is, or want to take a risk and define what risky thinking is? Yes, sir. Are you an expert in this area?
I am not an expert in this.
I'm teasing you.
Wrong choices and taking too risky a behavior.
Yeah, it's really, thinking, people who have thinking errors, like, it's either, one of them is white and black, yes, right and wrong. They view the world on a continuum, and there's no shades of gray, which is totally untrue. We were talking this morning about somebody saying that they themselves were concerned about going back into the workforce after age 45 because of discrimination. That is a thinking error. However true it might be, we have a saying which is true but unhelpful. So the fact that you're old is true. The fact that you might have difficulty competing for a job is true, but is that thinking helpful? No. So that's just an example of some of the things that we talk about in a very structured curriculum. Believe it or not, people actually sign up to come for 24 hours of classes, 12 lessons, 2 hours each over a 4-week time period, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now the catch is they get UI credit, so unemployment insurance in Oregon is giving participants their job-seeking credits for the week, so 5 credits to attend this training. We partnered with, and that's another innovative part of this, is that we partnered with unemployment insurance to be able to do this. They see the great value, and Georgia will tell you a little bit more when she talks about the implementation. So we think that the cognitive behavioral techniques, the partnerships that we created with other workforce boards around the state, as well as the simplicity of the implementation are 3 of the very innovative things that we've used to make this program successful. And as of March 31st, 623 participants have gone through the program. We're in year 2 of implementation, year 3 of the project. It's a 5-year project. We have approximately 14 more months of implementation left, and we are on the hook to serve 1,000 participants. Do you think we're gonna make it? Yeah, we're gonna make it. So I want to turn things over to George now, who's going to talk a little bit more about implementation. Thank you.